Good afternoon. This is JB Muwonge, and I'm bringing to you a very urgent update from Uganda. What you're about to watch is a direct message from His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, Bobi Wine himself. As we speak, Bobi Wine is in hiding after narrowly escaping an attempted abduction from his home in Magere. Military and police forces raided his residence last night, switched off power, cut CCTV cameras, and deployed helicopters overhead. Of course, he managed to escape, but his wife and family remain under house arrest. This is happening in the middle of a nationwide internet shutdown. Massive election rigging, military takeover of polling stations, and widespread arrests, of course, and the killings of citizens demanding their stolen victory. The Electoral Commission is announcing fake results that have no legitimacy at all. Opposition leaders and the candidates being haunted across the countries, families raided. In this video, Bobi Wine speaks directly about, of course, what happened last night, where he's now, and why we Ugandans have to completely reject the results. There he is.
Fellow Ugandans, my name is Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert, also known as Bobi Wine. Today is Saturday, the 17th of January 2026, and the time is 9 a.m. in the morning. My wife and I have been under house arrest since the 15th of January when we had elections, and yesterday our house was raided by some police officers together with a number of other unknown individuals in plain clothes. They used ladders to climb over our fence. They cut off our electricity, they cut off our cameras, and they were being assisted by a helicopter that was hovering in the sky of our compound and providing them light as they were doing what they were doing. Amidst that raid, I was able to use my skills and escape my house. But I know they're looking for me. But even if they succeed and get me and do whatever, I want to say this to you, fellow Ugandans. First and foremost, we reject whatever is being declared by Mr. Byabakama, because those so-called results that they're declaring are fake and they don't in any way reflect what happened at the polling stations or what is at the declaration forms. And therefore, those results, the so-called results, are fake. After arresting almost all our agents, after ballot stuffing, and after shutting off the internet, the regime is trying to once again rig the elections. What happened in the polling station is a completely different story, and we demand that the internet be restored and the rightful declaration forms and tally sheets from the districts are uploaded on the internet so that the people of Uganda can see the rightful results in transparency. We also demand that they hold whatever declaration is going on until the internet is restored and until the people of Uganda can follow up on the results in transparency. We are glad that there are protests, and we encourage the people of Uganda to resist any rigging and to resist any effort of subduing their voice. We also want to call upon the media, which has deliberately ignored what is happening in the country. There are widespread protests across the country, and these widespread arrests, and people are being killed. For example, in Butambala, at the house of Honorable Muwonge, 10 people were shot and killed in one house by the police. In Bwaise, 4 people have been shot dead. In Mukono, 4 people were shot dead. In Machinge, we have information that 3 people were shot dead. And in Kayonga and Luwero, we are yet to get the statistics of the people that have been killed and what exactly is happening. We want to firmly call upon the people of Uganda to reject these fake results that are being read at Ruboa by Mr. Byabakama and his Electoral Commission, and we want to call upon the people of Uganda to non-violently protest and reject any effort to subvert their voice and demand that the rightful results are announced. I thank you for God and my country.
Yeah, you just heard from His Excellency Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert, Bobi Wine. Of course, these are not allegations. These are lived events, raids, attempted abductions, illegal arrests, house arrests, murders, the violent theft of an election, so much more. Of course, everything happening in the dark because the country continues to be locked out. The rest of the world continues to be blind of what is happening in this country, Uganda. Of course, Ugandans are not asking for chaos. They are demanding for their constitutional right to choose their leader. All we want is our voice to be heard. That's all we are asking for. The internet shutdown, the military occupation of cities, the arrests, the murders, everything the regime is doing, of course, will not change the truth. We came out and voted in large numbers. But our will, of course, is being suppressed at gunpoint. Now, this goes to the international community, the media, the human rights defenders, the East African community, the African Union, and everyone out there. Silence is complicity. Of course, you guys are waiting for us Ugandans to go mad, and then you're going to start coming out with statements that, oh, so and so, blah, 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 blah. Let us not wait for such an instance to occur, and then you guys come out to say something. Silence is complicity. And to my friends, comrades back in Uganda, we just need to stay strong, vigilant, and at such a moment, we need to protect one another. Yes, we need to protect one another, but we need to stand as one and say enough is enough. Of course, for those who might want to go deep into the situation as it unfolded yesterday at the house of His Excellency Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert, let me just, of course, the images you see behind me, that's the house of His Excellency Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert. Those are the soldiers, that's the police, the military, the helicopters. Maybe I should do this. Let me just try to show you right there on the screen. Yeah, something like this. Of course, that was the situation at night. Some of these photos were taken at night. You see, this was taken on Friday. 19 hours, 57 minutes and 22 seconds. You see that one right there. And then they are always covered. They cover their faces. You can't tell whether it's a man or a woman. It's like you can't identify these guys. The helicopter right there in the sky, hovering the entire place. Very many also hiding in the trees. Some in the plantation right there. You see them. Of course, you can spot different uniforms of the security guards, implying they come from different security organizations. And there we are. Of course, more photos keep coming out. This police van is placed directly at the gate, implying no one is allowed to go in, no one is allowed to go out. At each and every corner, look at this. The spikes, you see them right there. So the entire house is surrounded. In the sky, the helicopters keep hovering the entire house. This is the ladder they used to go in. So that is the situation. But of course, you've managed to hear from the president himself. Of course, I'm going to be here to share with you each and every update coming all the way from different parts of this land. The towns continue to be militarized. The streets are
Clouds
heavily...
of tear gas, smoke and running citizens. Clashes between protesters and police erupted in Uganda on the eve of the announcement of the presidential election results. The protests come as incumbent President Yoweri Museveni is leading with almost 75% of the votes, according to provisional polls. At the same time, the party of leading opposition candidate Bobi Wine said that Wine had been forcibly taken to an unknown location by the armed forces, which are controlled by Museveni. The claim has not been verified so far, and senior party officials are also awaiting confirmation. Wine alleged massive voter fraud in the election. Meanwhile, according to police and a local MP, violence broke out on Friday